Okay, so today we're taking a look at the evolution of this Witherbloom Necro deck that I've been working on for a while. Necropotence has been a card that has seen a lot of play here in Timeless since the format was announced, and really this is just a great way to spend your life total when you are dealing with a format where if people aren't on a super aggro deck, you can really get a lot of value out of your life total. So what this deck is trying to do is get a Necropotence onto the battlefield as quick as possible, and then get to a point where we're able to cast a bunch of spells off the top of our deck, either with a Bolas's Citadel or with a bunch of other things, and then eventually kill our opponents with a Tendrils of Agony or a Weather the Storm, or one of those two things while we have a Witherbloom Apprentice or two on the battlefield. The idea is basically just drain your opponent's life until they die, and if you need to, you can make it work with just casting multiple tendrils or multiple Weather the Storms. Okay, so that's the deck, basically. This was the original version of it, and I played it for a while and then decided that I wanted to make some changes and do a V2, and that's kind of where we're at now. I've been playing this on and off for about the past month or so, and as this deck has kind of become popular as of late, I figured that I'd go ahead and share the deck that I've been playing. This might not be the meta build that people are running with, but it is my own, and I've been having so much fun with it. So, a couple different things that we'll talk about in terms of game plan is that obviously we want to get a Bolas's Citadel out, so this is going to involve us having probably some acceleration in our Dark Rituals, and finding the Citadel itself with Demonic Tutor or something like that. We'll also, of course, be using the heavy draw Necropotence in order to make that work. Now, what we also want to do, so first off, if we can get the Bolas's Citadel out, that's great. That's probably going to be a win because we have fetch lands, which actually are not in here. They're supposed to be in here, but I'll just do that after the fact. Well, okay, actually, no, now I remember. You don't necessarily run the fetch lands in here if you can avoid it, because Necropotence, it's having those is going to kind of limit the Necropotence usage to some degree. So I personally don't like to use them, but I'd maybe run like one or two here in case you need to really make Bolas's Citadel your main game plan. But Bolas's Citadel plus Necropotence is basically, you really do not actually need the fetch lands, because Necropotence for just one life can clear the top of your library if you get stuck on a land, and then assuming that you buffer your life total appropriately, you'll probably hit a Weather the Storm or Tendrils at some point to either kill your opponent or to gain that life back. So you'll totally be fine once the Necro's on the battlefield. And of course Necro is what we're going for turn 1 or 2. So Bolas's Citadel, one way to win. Casting Tendrils of Agony with Witherbloom Apprentice is also another part of the game plan. And really these are just kind of the ways that you finish. And Necropotence, having that on the battlefield and drawing a bunch of cards, is really how this whole thing works. And it's how you set up. So when you get your Necropotence out, the first time that you're going to be drawing, it's usually just to redraw to hand size to figure out what you're going to do. And then at some point after that, you're going to go for a turn where you're necroing down to like 1 or 2 life in order to try to set up a situation where you have a Weather the Storm on your end step after playing a bunch of 0 drops, or you can get that Bolas's Citadel plus acceleration in order to cast it, or you can do something like March of Wretched Sorrow, which is a good way to basically use all the cards that you're putting into your hand, all these black-pipped cards that are going to eventually be discarded and exiled to Necropotence. So Necropotence can be both used to sculpt your hand or to set up a big March of Wretched Sorrow, which I think is a really cool interaction. Now, if you compare the screenshots from my original build to this one, you'll notice that I've dropped the Plumb the Forbidden, because that was just like neither here nor there with Witherbloom Apprentice. We have also dropped Virtue of Persistence, which, it was just too expensive of a spell. You don't want to flip that with Bolas's Citadel and so on. And then, other than that, we're like down a Witherbloom command as well. In their places, we have Assassin's Trophies and Shieldred's Edict, which are both very good cards. And we've also gone down on some other cards here and there, like some 3s into 2s. For example, Weather the Storm's now 3, Shieldred's Edict down to just 1 copy of that. And we've removed Plumb the Forbidden altogether. And yeah, now we have Veil of Summer, a potential to insulate us against those blue decks, which this is maybe a card that you don't super often need, but it is nice to have. And if you're able to blow someone out with it, that's even better. We're still running the Unearths, but we are running Valentine plus Mox Amber, which is a pretty common thing that I've been seeing. Trying to get a little bit of extra synergy where your cards can become essentially free. So Valentine with a Mox Amber on the battlefield technically does make it... You could argue that it's those two cards are free together. And... yeah, pretty much the name of the game is get that Witherbloom Apprentice on the battlefield, sculpt a hand of 0, 1, and essentially free drops, and get to a point where your Weather the Storm and Tendrils of Agony kills the opponent. It's really that simple. This deck's been long enough as is, so I think we should just hop into some games here and see what we can do. Let's try to get some Bolas of Citadels out onto the battlefield. Some big Tendrils stacks with Weather the Storm storm copies as well. And let's get a big March of Wretched Sorrow. That would be pretty cool to show off for the channel. Before we hop into the games, subscribe if you're new, and like the video and comment to help with the algorithm. Let's hop into round 1. Okay, here we go. So this is our round 1. Let's get it. We do get to start off with the ultimate hand here, which is Dark Ritual Necropotence. Let's hope that they are not on a black mana source into Thoughtseize here. Let's see. Alright, possibly burn. Oh, it's just a Ragavan, okay. So I could actually just march that off right now, which is kind of better, honestly. So go ahead and do this. X equals 2. Exile the Valentine. Oh, you know what? What's even better is just Shambling Ghast. That way we can hold this full into a Necropotence onto the battlefield. They need to specifically exile Shambling Ghast if they don't want Ragavan to die. And that's the problem about being a 1 toughness creature in this format. Alright, so we definitely make this block. And I'll make a token. That is good. We are doing the game plan that we want to be doing. Let's go ahead and play this one. Do we want green is the question. I could make green here. Is it a green play, though? I think it is a green play, and then it is Dark Ritual into Necropotence. So that'll stop the end of our turn here, and we'll go ahead and activate, probably back up to 9 or so. We would like to take at least 1 land here. I'll take 4 cards. And we'll go ahead and pass out here. Let's see what we get. They are going to crack that Windswept Teeth, okay. Just the Zagoth Triumph, okay, that's fine. Dark Ritual's great. Unearth is great. Okay, all this is nice. No March targets right now. I kind of want to have this, I don't have this land here, though. So what am I going to do? These Dark Rituals are a little useful once Witherbloom Apprentice comes out, but actually right now they're not very useful, since I already do have enough mana to kind of do the majority of my game plan, and I don't have a payoff spell for them. We'll pass. Discarding 1 card, what will that be? Will it be Valentine? Valentine is almost castable for the backside, but probably not going to be the move right now. We'll pass. Exile and say go. We're likely to pass all the way through, but I will set a stop in case there's a creature. Do they pass? You got that. They shock in here. Getting pretty low. And it's Leyline Binding. Okay, so I assume they're going to do this targeting my Necro. So we know that we probably want to go down to about 3 or so, since my opponent can realistically do about 3 damage worth to us right now. I'll go to maybe 5 here just to be super safe. There are some effects I can do 4, but likely we're not more than like 1 lightning bolt in hand away from death right now. I could go to 4. I think I'll go to 4. We do need to dig deep here. This does mean that when I discard on my next step, I will not discard things into exile. Let's see if they have something that can haste for enough damage. Oh my god. That is exactly enough. Unfortunately, we are dead. So I should have played around the Tribal Flames. Kind of a misplay there, unfortunate. I was about to say there are a lot of 4 damage things that could happen, but was not really thinking of the Tribal Flames. Probably should have thought that after seeing Leyline Binding. Anyway, round 1 is in the bag. Let's try out a round 2. Alright, here we go. This is round 2. We actually have a Bolas's Citadel off the bat. If I had the ability to cast it like with acceleration, I might have kept that, but we're going to mulligan this one. Mana plus acceleration is generally pretty good, and this can set up a Witherbloom Apprentice rather slowly for a Weather the Storm play. I'll keep 6. And Edict goes away because March of Wretched Sorrow is a better removal spell for us specifically. Alright, looks like we are shocking this boy in here for Shambling Ghast. Let's see what happens. They had their priority held for 1 black mana, which does mean Dark Ritual, okay. That's fine. We'll drop this out, and here is our Witherbloom Apprentice. We are set up and ready to go. I guess I will attack in. Not that it really matters. Asserts dominance, you know. Opponent is going to decide to draw here. Liliana the Veil. Okay, probably gonna sack our. Nope, they're gonna make us discard. What do we discard here? I mean, Tendrils is a good hit. March is a good hit. Weather the Storm is also pretty solid as well, but we don't really need the life currently. I'll get rid of that. And actually, looky here, we do draw the Necropotence. That is Necropotence again. We're gonna go down maybe to... We actually have the mana up for March of Wretched Sorrow here, which is perfect. We do even have a target for it, which is great. We're almost certainly going to be able to hit Liliana, so I'm going to go down pretty low here. 8 cards, that's going to put 10 in hand, discard 3. Since we have this March of Wretched Sorrow, I'm going to go pretty low. We can afford to set up a big old Storm play, especially with this Tendrils next turn. We do want to find a Dark Ritual, ideally. 13 cards, let's go to... We might as well just go to 2. Or to 1 even. This deck for sure doesn't have any instant suit abilities on 0 mana. 2 life, go down to 1. Let's go ahead and move to combat here. We're going to go to face since we're going to kill Liliana. Boom. And we will resolve this. Alright, let's see. So 0 cards to exile. 1 to exile. 2 to exile. 3 to exile. 4 to exile. 5 to exile. 6 to exile. 6 to exile, so that's going to be X equals 12. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Target Liliana. Lots of lands to discard here. That is fine. We'll go ahead and resolve that, gaining a bunch here. And let's pass, discarding. We want to keep the Death Cap Glade. Everything else can go away. In terms of the lands, at least. Oh, actually, we get to keep 1 more, so we'll keep another Death Cap Glade and get rid of the Pathway. We're close here. We actually need 1 more mana to work with if we want to get the Shambling Ghast going. If I can find a way to kill it, then I'll be able to Tendrils next turn. Fortunately, if I had kept that Valentine, these Mox Ambers would mean mana. Unfortunate. We'll have to take another turn here to set up. Another Liliana is not a problem to us. Necropotence gets around Shieldred and Bowmasters, so I feel pretty solid about where we are. Okay. They'll draw here. They're effectively at 9, unless they find another One Ring. Witherbloom Apprentice is worded in such a way that it does get around the protection, which is nice to know. Prevention of loss of life is not one of the things that this does. They're going to have us reveal our hand. We do get to keep the tendrils here, but they'll take a 0-drop, or if we're lucky, they just take Weather the Storm. Nice, they just take Weather the Storm. Perfect. Okay. And move to our turn here. Okay, so this is going to be Deathcap Glade here. I'll play out the Mithra's Bauble here. We're going to keep the Mox Ambers for Storm. I'm going to activate this targeting them. Sure. And then we're going to move to combat here and go for Shambling Ghast in. We don't want to get traded out with Witherbloom Apprentice. I think they have Bowmasters in hand. They clearly don't go for it here. Okay, and with 11, we have a Storm of 1, 2, and 3, so that would basically be 8 damage, and they die in their upkeep to the One Ring, so let's go ahead and do that. Except I don't have the mana for it. What an idiot. Okay, we'll pass. Well, we'll take 3 here, and then hopefully we'll take another 3 later. We were right on that Orcish Bowmasters read. They go to the face, that's okay, and we pass. Here comes Weather the Storm, and this is pretty solid for us. We can potentially drain out on their turn. Resolves. Should have activated Necropotence in their end step. That's unfortunate. I don't totally hope that this game goes much longer than it currently is going, though. Well, at this point we might as well just go ahead and reveal Weather the Storm here. Drain a little life here, gain a little life here. All of these things are good. They are at 6, and then 5. We lose a Mox, and we have to end up passing. Witherbloom is fine to lose here. And they do have protection here, so Tendrils doesn't do anything. We'll just go ahead and Necro here a bunch of times. I say that we go around 10 or so. I'm down to discard 3 cards. And realistically, we can set up a almost certain turn here without another One Ring coming down. So I'm going to go down to around 10 cards. Or 10 life, I mean. Alright, let's go ahead and pass on through. We don't need to go in for the attack, we'll end turn. Alright, time to resolve all these. Back of Apprentice is nice. Wretched Sorrow is also pretty nice. We can do that to, we could kill our own Shambling Ghast, then kill the Bowmasters. Alright, Demonic Tutor as well, finding Dark Ritual is essentially free. So we, I believe, have kill next turn. Let's just go ahead and be sure about this, and we'll go ahead and do for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards left in hand, which is perfect. That works. We'll submit 6, and we'll go ahead and target our own Shambling Ghast here. Resolve. Target. Let's go ahead and give this thing -1, -1. And unfortunately, they are still out of range with all of our stuff here. We'll pass. Veil of Summer is going to help with a Liliana activation. Fatal Push here, right into Veil of Summer here. That is lovely. We find our Dark Ritual and should be okay here. We got Hexproof from black, does not matter. Here's a Shield Grid and we should have it. One ring, of course, is a thing that can happen. We have to kill them from 6 life, but with his tendrils should not be a problem. We also have backup Witherbloom. We do not even care about our life total right now. Not even a problem for us. They writ, and what is it going to be for? Do they have their own Necropotence? It's just for Liliana, okay. Well, we do have Hexproof from blue and from black, so
and I don't
that's okay.
appreciate it when people touch my
We'll discard an Overgrown Tomb here, and we'll go in for the kill. Alright, get to move our turn here. We will draw, and we will shock. Pay 2 life here. This is going to be Dark Ritual. It was a mistake to not cast this first, but we go Witherbloom Apprentice into Demonic Tutor, into Ritual, into Tendrils, and they're dead. Alright, so a little bit of a misplay there here around the middle, but unfortunately for them, we were able to figure it out. That's round 2 in the bag. Here comes round 3. Okay, here we go. This is going to be our round 3. We have a Dark Ritual Acceleration into Bolas' Citadel eventually. From 20 life, this basically just means I would like to have one more Dark Ritual. I can cycle Unearth to hopefully find it. Moxie Ember can work for mana. I'll try the 7, although I don't really feel too highly about it. Especially if we just get Thoughtseize right now and lose our Citadel, we are in trouble. Alright, no Thoughtseize off the rip. We'll just go tap Overgrown Tomb, say go. Next turn it'll be a Pathway and cycle Unearth. We will pass. Field of the Dead on the other side, so this is just going to be one of these kind of things, sure. Let's just go ahead and do our cycling now. We just need to beat them to their Field of the Dead combo turn if they end up being a combo versus just trying to get a few zombies out and kill me. Let's see. We're actually kind of shaping up to be able to activate Tendrils at some point, so I'll be able to, maybe on the turn after my first Bolas' Citadel attempt, that can happen. We'll go Tomb, we'll put it tapped, play Bauble, we'll activate, see what their next card is. Teferi is here for Bolas' Citadel, so that's going to be something that's very annoying. Might need to play around that to some degree. Witherbloom Apprentice is good. We can try to bait the Teferi onto that. If they don't play Teferi... Okay, well, they do play Teferi. I was going to say that
let's slow this down.
We may want to slow play.
This might be a bad idea.
I could slow play here. So we have Lochthwain here. I can Witherbloom Apprentice. That'll set me up for Ritual into Citadel next turn. I guess I'm interested in doing that. Here's Witherbloom Apprentice. And we'll say go. Alright, gotta avoid Thoughtseize here if they do play it. I kind of doubt this deck does, so I feel good about that. I'd be happy if Teferi bounces my Witherbloom Apprentice. Otherwise, I think I'm happy just going Bolas' Citadel. They're going to just look for a card here. They do bounce my Witherbloom Apprentice, which means that I'm safe to drop a Bolas' Citadel, and actually Necropotence will be pretty great as well. So let's go ahead and drop this on black. Can I actually Witherbloom Apprentice? No, I'm going to be 1 mana off, so that's unfortunate. Here's Dark Ritual, here's a Bolas' Citadel. Let's get moving. And do we hit anywhere? Well, we find actually something that's great to have right off the top, and unfortunately, so soon we are out of things to do. We'll pass. Say next turn. Next turn we have Necropotence and the for sure kill. Torch to Plowshares is annoying, but we do have backup Witherbloom Apprentice, so that's okay. should have just enough damage to work with here. We have 1 Tendrils in our hand. That means we have 1 more in deck. Let's Norn. Okay, this is fine. We don't mind too much about that. So Weather the Storm is our top card here. We'll go Witherbloom Apprentice into Necropotence, into Mox Amber, into Weather the Storm. And we should be able to kill one here, I'm hoping. We have a land on the top of our library, so we will go ahead and activate Necropotence. Shambling Ghast off the top. Edict off the top. Let's go ahead and have them sack a Planeswalker. Another land on top, we will lose our top. We'll lose our top again with Necropotence. Here's March of Wretched Sorrow. We'll go ahead and just submit 0, targeting their Elesh Norn. Valentine gives us a land here. Or essentially a land with Mox Amber. We'll discard. Do a Shambling Ghast. Get rid of a land, and basically any storm spell is going to kill. Well, this one's not going to, but the Tendrils will. So as soon as we hit our other Tendrils, we are good, or until we hit a Dark Ritual. We only need 2 more mana to do it. We'll go Mishra's Bauble next, and yeah, it's looking like we are solid. Hitting 60 life here. Mishra's Bauble, Assassin's Trophy. Let's just go ahead and take out their Elesh Norn. That means we could attack if we wanted to. Unfortunately for them, I'm kind of being a little annoying and making them find a land here, but we will basically be killing them this turn. Well, I had to find a target for the Assassin's Trophy. That may mean that my opponent ropes me. We will decline this one. Necropotence activation. And Demonic Tutor. We'll find, I guess we could find Dark Ritual, right? So this is Dark Ritual. Cast Dark Ritual off of our Mox Amber. And then this is Tendrils for 14, targeting opponents. GG's opponent, thank you for sticking with me. I know that it's very easy to just rope your opponent out when they go for a combo, but it is very nice of the opponent to let us have our day. I would have tried to do the same for them if they had gotten their Field of the Dead combo off. Big triggers on our Witherbloom Apprentice. That is about 40-ish damage that we're dealing to the face. Alright, an amazing round 3 here. We did everything that we wanted to do, and basically just playing around that Teferi was critical to us getting this win. So it was round 3 in the bag. Let's hop into round 4 and go for one more. Okay, it's round 4 here. We actually get another Bolas' Citadel here. Without the acceleration, I'm a little worried about keeping it. Necropotence itself is going to be a pretty strong game plan, and I'm pretty likely to want to keep it anyway. Force of Jeff makes me wonder if they are going to be some blue control deck, but I know that you can't really you can't really guess that much based on the name of your opponent. Let's keep this one and hope that they are not a targeted discard deck. All right. Looks like it's almost exactly that. We have the best counter for Ragavan, though, in Shambling Ghast, so they'll need exactly Swords to Plowshares in order to deal with us. Seems good. Flooded Strand. Does this find a Thoughtseize? I think it's pretty likely that they do play it. And we have definitely made their life hard here with Shambling Ghast. They'll pass, which is great for us. I'll just play my Locthwain and chill. We'll hold on to the fact that we have Weather the Storm here. I don't think I need to Mox Amber into Weather the Storm to gain 6 life. Flooded Strand coming on down. You can have it. Potential Bowmasters coming in. They do shock. Okay, that is Bowmasters. They go face. That makes sense. I'm definitely going to try to kill the Ragavan, I think. Oh, this is a great 2-for-1. And I think I'll probably just ping the Bowmasters. Oh, interesting. So they're going to kill the Shambling Ghast. I will still go ahead and do the, oh god, oh man. Muscle misclick, that's unfortunate. Alright, it is what it is. So we're going to have to go here to our Necropotence turn, having shock. Oh, okay, we don't have to shock this. So I think I probably will save the 2 life here. We'll drop a Mishra's Bauble. And we will play Necropotence. So Mox Amber plus Weather the Storm can give us some some life total going into this Bolas' Citadel. I basically need to Necropotence hard enough that I can find a Dark Ritual and a land to play my Bolas' Citadel with. So we're going to go ahead and activate Mishra's Bauble here. Seeing a Watery Grave, so they will have lands. And then so now we got to figure out how far we can go down. So I'm going to assume that they have... I don't know, maybe their next turn could be the worst thing that we see is Bolt Bowmasters, meaning that the total damage that could happen is 3, 6, this will be a 9, 10, 11, then other Bowmasters is 12, 13, 14 damage. Well, I'm going to have to kind of play around and get lucky here, I guess. So Necropotence can maybe take me to as low as 2, 4, 6. I think I probably want to take like 6-ish cards here, since I can't gain any life. And we do need to avoid exiling too many Tendrils of Agony. Should I play around Lightning Bolt? Maybe I play around one of them. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll go to 10. Hopefully this will not kill me. Alright, so we'll move to our end step. Necro's Trigger. Let's get these cards in the hand. Valentine, that'll be a discard. Other Necro is a discard. We do want that land. We need a ritual very badly. That is a ritual. Okay. So we have to discard 3 cards here. That's going to be Valentine, Valentine, and then what? We want the land. This gives us 6. And then we kind of just need to get lucky off of our initial Citadel. It's possible that I need to just survive with Weather the Storm here. I'd be able to get Storm 2. I think I get rid of this other Tendrils. Maybe I keep Valentine for a potential Storm if I need to. Other Necropotence doesn't do anything for me, so I think it's these 3 cards. Now it's just up to hoping that our opponent doesn't have a very damage-heavy hand and that we can survive our turn with enough mana to maybe play like 1 or 2 spells. There's one of the Lightning Bolts that we were playing around, just barely. We just have to hope that they have nothing else. And that seems like it's going to be a hard sell. Put a Bloom here, and actually, yeah, that's the two damages that will break the gamble stack here. Okay, so did not remember my Mishra's Bauble trigger. That is unfortunate. Opponent will attack us down here. Let's take a look at our next turn. If we had survived, we basically have 2 options here. The first option is land Ritual Citadel and then just pray for the top of our deck. The other safer option is to go basically just try for another turn after that. So that'd be Witherbloom. So it'd be Witherbloom, Ritual. Oh no, I only have 1 green source. So I'd have to play this on green, Witherbloom, Ritual, Valentine, Amber, Storm. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 copies. So I'd be able to go up to like 15 life. And yeah, I think after that, then the next turn would be just trying to figure out how I do a Bolas' Citadel. So basically, this is a life leveraging deck getting beaten by basically damage that was able to get over the hump. Maybe I take less cards next time, who knows. Anyway, that's round 4 in the bag. We have the 5th and final round coming up next. Stick around with me. Hope you guys have been enjoying this one. This has been, like I said, one of the best decks that I've played recently. Here we go. Okay, and we are here in the 5th and final round. We have a turn 1 Necropotence, which is almost a snap keep for me. The only thing that we're not really happy about is seeing Witherbloom Apprentice with no green source. Here's Necropotence. I think we'll go up to 8 cards. We'll assume that we draw 1 land here. I could go up to 9 in hand if I really wanted to, and I think actually I might. So that is 1 more after this. We're going to be at 15 life. I think we can pretty comfortably say, actually, you know what, I think I want this out, and then I'll Necro one more time. I think we're pretty safe to say that we're not going to die turn 1 with 14 life, though. I mean, maybe there's something that could happen. Double Necropotence off the top. I'm pretty certain that we don't need to deal with a second Necropotence. Is there anything that I can get rid of that is better than discarding a second Necropotence? I think I'm going to just say no. Exile, exile. So we really only have one Necropotence left in deck if they do have removal for it. Besage's a thing. Just a mountain. Okay, so this is just red aggro. We're going to have to, again, be really careful with our life total here, but being on the play like this, I'm feeling okay. Valentine is now a free storm card because of Mox Amber. They are going to take a look at my draw right here and set up a draw for their turn. You got it. Or, yeah, that's right, I don't have the draw. I will, I think, play out my Mishra's Bauble. Yeah, we'll get ready for a big storm turn here. We have to find a green source, basically. Ideally, multiple green sources. Valentine will just be played as a free spell to get him out of the hand. And then I think I just set up a big March of Wretched Sorrow coming up. We'll set up the Shambling Ghast in case we can leverage sacrificing that into getting my green pip. And let's take another few cracks at our life total here. So how far do we want to go? We need to play around basically double bolt. So we can't go down to more than 6. I think that I might just March of Wretched Sorrow here on my end step. So we'll go all the way down to 1. And that way we can get a green source plus do something nice. So I'll just go down to 1. The question is, do I want to sack my Witherbloom Apprentice? And I don't really know. Alright, so we'll go ahead and activate this. We'll take a draw on our opponent's step. They have a DRC that is good to know about. Let's go to the end of our turn, having set that stop. And we have 12 cards coming to hand. So there is one thing to exile. Dark Ritual, I may save that, depending on what else I draw. 2 to exile. 3 to exile. 4 to exile. I'll probably hold on to a March. Let's see what we draw. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to need to use some of these Marches as exile targets. Okay, so we have some lands. Oh, alright, so they saw the Bolas's Citadel. Now we want to hold on to this Dark Ritual. So we're definitely casting March, targeting 1 card, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm just going to do all 6 right now, so it's going to be March for 12. Alright, so March, Witherbloom, Valentine, Assassin's Trophy, and the Witherbloom Apprentice. Do I want to do that, though? No, because I'm going into a storm turn. I think I want that. But I won't have green. We have 2 other storms in hand. But I do have access to my second green, so I think I do want to keep this. We're going to cancel this and do it for 10 only. Alright, so again, March, Witherbloom, March, Valentine, and the final one being our Assassin's Trophy. That is 5 cards. Cool. Target our Shambling Ghast. Alright, we finally figured it out. We're going to go back up to 11 life. Resolve. Okay. We'll make that treasure token here, and we set up for our next turn. Discarding 2 cards. We want to make sure that we keep the tomb, or the pathway for a green source, so I'll get rid of the tomb, and then we already have a Mox Amber, so that can go away. I like having Weather the Storms in hand. Especially going into this potential Citadel storm turn. We get a land here. Oh, I actually didn't realize we had a swamp here. That should have been discarded in lieu of the, which was the last one. Didn't really matter what I discarded. Maybe I would take the Mox Amber for Storm. Who knows? Ooh, Eidolon. That's a problem. So what am I going to do about Eidolon? Now I kind of wish I had my Assassin's Trophy. That's unfortunate. Alright, so we'll do this. I think I need to really just dip into this Eidolon. Can I do anything significant about it is the question. We'll go Witherbloom. And I think we just need to set up here. Valentine can go in, gain us a life back. Do I Ritual Storm here? I can do that on their turn. Yeah, I could Weather the Storm on their turn, I guess. If they decide to play cards. And then I go for my Citadel next turn, knowing that I have this other storm as well. I'll also have this black land that can help me save mana out of Bolsa Citadel. Okay, let's go. Alright, so we'll take some damage with Eidolon. This is kind of what we're hoping to see, is them using their damage here. Okay, so Lightning Bolt, I think now that they're targeting my Witherbloom Apprentice, it is time to do this and Weather the Storm. Autopay. We want to make sure that we gain our extra life with Witherbloom. We take some damage, but it's fine. Storm comes down, Witherbloom Apprentice triggers, we drain them for a bit here. Go back up to 18, we are looking pretty solid now. And we lose our Witherbloom Apprentice, which is sad, but it has given us a lot. Looks like they're going in here, trying to put us down as low as possible. DRC, and we go to our turn. Okay, so this is going to be the attempt at a Citadel kill here. The question is, do I need to make more green mana? Basically I have 5 as is, so it doesn't really matter. We just have to rip from the top. So here's Citadel. Dark Writ. We take some damage here. We take some more damage here, and actually, yeah, now we really need to hit. Alright, we're going for broke here. Go to 4. And Tendrils kills us here, unfortunately. So, we can get one more look. We actually just need to rip Weather the Storm in the next 2. Bauble pretty much kills us, so we can't take that. Now we gotta go to 2. Shambling Gas is not it, so we'll just have to take a look at what was on the top of our deck. It was not enough stuff. Okay. Well, unfortunately, we flew a little close to the sun to end things out here, but that really is indicative of how the play patterns go here. I'm curious to see if any of you guys have some retroactive feedback on what I could have done in this matchup here. I think that things were definitely moving to the point where I should have done another Weather the Storm here, but I'm not sure exactly where that point would have been. So, help in the comments, definitely appreciated, and let me know how you've been playing with this deck if you are running it. Definitely a pretty big staple in the metagame right now, and I'm definitely enjoying the games with it. With that being said, that does bring us to the end of the video here. I hope you enjoyed. Do check out the deck list in the description, and let me know if you're playing any other cool deck lists that are running this type of strategy. With that being said, that is all from me. I will see you in the next one. Peace out.